Here goes. So, section 11.4. This one is on perpendicular cross sections. What happens if you cut something and you use different shapes? I showed you in the introduction. Yeah, it is like a mohawk.
That's what I thought of it.
Right? It does look like a mohawk.
Shapes of mohawk.
Yeah, exactly. So we did the introduction and I showed you how those shapes kind of volume out when you have a triangle versus a semicircle, because the visual of that really helps you to get an eye for what you're trying to do. So every single time what you're doing to find the volume, and this doesn't change even in this section, is that you're taking the integral of whatever the area is. So it's the integral of the area going from A to B. Same exact type of thing. Now these are cross sections that are perpendicular to the x-axis you're going to have with respect to x. If they are perpendicular to the y-axis, then it'll be dy, just like we've seen in problems previously. Okay. When we did the problems together, the introduction, our function was the square root of x. And we had a big discussion about this because the video says when you take the area of a square, it's s squared. That's true. In our case, it was the square root of x squared, which made it just an x. So these formulas, the ones that you have on the packet here, are the ones you want to use because they weren't these are not specific to a particular function like they were in that introduction thing we did. Do you see the difference?
Yeah.
So
Okay.
these are like the base.
This is the real, like the real deal base.
OG.
Right, whatever the function is, this is your real f of x kind of thing going on. All right, so the area of a square we all agreed is side squared. The equilateral triangle, we derived that in the introduction stuff. So yeah, it's a square root of 3 over 4 times whatever the side is squared. The semicircle is 1/2 pi r squared. And the isosceles right triangle is 1/2 the side squared. The hypotenuse is s times the square root of 2, which makes our area formula h squared over 4. Again, we derived that back when we were doing the introduction. All right, so then he went in and he said, okay, well, here's my function. My function's the square root of x. Oh, wow, check that out. That should have been nothing new to you. You're like, yeah, I know. I know the square root of x. I'm very familiar with that function. So this guy is a square root of x and x squared. So you've got the picture going on, and the first thing he did was a square. All right, well, if I have a square and I lay it right on here, that's my base of my square. What's the side? The side is top minus the bottom, square root of x minus x squared. That's my side. The volume is area side squared from 0 to 1 of whatever the side is squared. They said set it up, but don't evaluate.
Anything else?
All right, then they went for equilateral triangle. Well, did the base of my triangle change from what the square was? Absolutely not. So you've got square root of 3 over 4 times the side squared. Easy enough. How about a semicircle? Well, 1/2 pi r squared. Well, what's my semicircle in this? Now, this one can get a little tricky because remember it's r squared, pi r squared. And if I put my semicircle down, and we saw this in the introductory thing, the semicircle, this would be the whole diameter. You don't want the whole diameter. You want the radius. So it's going to be half of that. And that's where this extra little divided by 2 comes from. Because if you just had the square root of x minus x squared, that would be your whole diameter, not the radius. So that's where this one comes in a little different. Yeah.
Why is it 1 over 8 pi?
Because I took away this 2 squared is 4, and 4 times 2 is 8. You could have left it like, well, you could have left it in the integral with this.
Like still over 2 squared?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Last one, when they did the isosceles right triangle, that's the same idea. You've got 1/2. The side is going to be the square root of x minus x squared squared. And so you just put that in your integral and you're good to go.
And just one more thing.
Yeah.
So like, you know the square root of 3 over 4?
Yeah.
If you were to integrate that, you would just get square root of 3 over 4 because it's a coefficient, right?
I would pull it out. I think Abby brought that up the other day. Any of those coefficients, just take them out of there because who wants to integrate that, right? You don't need to.
I mean, even if we do, it would just be the same numbers, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's just a constant, so you're going to just keep it as a constant, so that's fine.
Okay.
All right. Then he did this example for you. And he says, find the volume of the solid whose base is bounded by x cubed, y equals 0, x is 2, with cross sections taken perpendicular to the y-axis. that form a square. Well, the area of a square is side squared. If I'm going around the y-axis, I need it to be x equals. So x equals the cube root of y. And then I'm taking, see how it's wholly? So I've got the outside goes from 2 to 0, the bigger rectangle. And the inner rectangle goes from the curve to the y-axis. That's my cube root of x minus 0. And so you've got your setup there, and it's with respect to y, this time going from 0 to 8, because that is this coordinate right here, which is the coordinate 2, 8. Yes.
Little graph thing on the bottom.
This guy? That's for this.
That's for.
The practice problems below.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I didn't have anywhere to put it, so that's where I put it. All right, so there's 2 questions. Abby's hair's getting, all you girls, your hairs are all getting so long.
Oh yeah, my hair is getting long, thank you.
Yeah.
I cut off 7 inches during the summer and my hair was the same.
Like,
Does it?
Because I didn't get a
to make
haircut
it
all before I
grow.
teach them and I went and I got
Just
7 inches cut off
$40
and it's so long.
Yeah.
Waiting for it to come in.
All the long hair.
What is?
I just bought really expensive shampoo and conditioner to just see what it does to my hair, and you take like a hair quiz and it customizes it for you.
Oh my goodness.
So that you can like you select, you want it lengthened, you want it volumed, and then it makes its own formula. So I was just telling Kayla that I just ordered it.
I can't wait to hear how that does.
Yeah.
Abby got special
Oh my goodness.
shampoo being made for her.
Yeah.
I like it.
Like take the
All right, I need your calculators. Do you have your calculators handy?
I
Yes.
had longer hair, but I had to cut it off. It was getting like too skinny.
Yeah.
My hair, like the thickness of it was going away. So
Sarah,
it's like,
Yeah.
Your hair like become like an afro.
yeah.
Miss Leonard, whatever happened to my calculators that like almost broke the day before the AP?
Oh, I threw it away.
What happened? What was wrong with
I couldn't. It died.
Why did it do that?
I don't know. I
I
can't
was
tell
really
you.
sad about it too. I went to go practice for it, and then my calculator stopped working.
All right, I'm checking out the examplies that we got going on here, figuring out which one numbers we want to do.
All of them.
All of them, they're saying to me, all of them.
Oh my god.
Oh, hold on.
Okay, so it's like 1 to 15, but a lot of them are like, just do the different formulas.
Yeah, it's like one question, but it's 6 different ways.
Yeah, I'm like
What's
not
that?
upset about
I like
it.
that.
The questions are set up like this.
Miss Leonard, what did your mask
You should do
say?
all of number 1.
Oh, my mask says let your light shine.
Oh, that's nice.
Is that a winter thing?
Yeah, I like
There you
that.
go.
Oh, it's the same as the thing behind you.
I know. I saw it. I said I had to have it. Yeah.
Aw, I love that.
That's cute.
Yeah. They're asking about my mask today. It says, here, I'll show you. There you go.
Lisa has like any chance I have to
I have to take the darn thing off, I know. My glasses are fogging up really bad today, so I don't know.
Oh my god.
All right, well, you
My
know.
favorite is when people just get angry about it. Like,
Oh, I
they,
know,
like,
some
fight
people are,
you.
yeah, they have a hard time with it. Okay, so let's see. How about, let's try number 2.
Somebody walked by the door and stared directly into my class.
Yeah, we have our classroom doors open now because we have to have the windows open and the doors open, and so there's all sorts of peeps walking by, and you know.
Wait, is that what?
It's-
Guys, come on, we gotta focus.
Yeah,
We
seriously,
are.
we haven't
Here
even
goes.
mapped it up.
She's so excited to math. So I don't know what this looks like. The base of an object is bounded by the lines y equals x minus 4, y equals 4 minus x. Is that the same line? No. And x equals 0. So find the volume of the object with the indicated cross sections taken perpendicular to the x-axis. Thank you very much. Use a calculator after you set up the integral. So this one they want us to actually evaluate. All right, so job number 1 is what the heck does this look like?
Should we draw it?
I'm going to draw it up in this little space I got right up here.
That's a good idea because I'm using for all of them.
Right, same picture for all things. All right, I am x minus 4, y-intercept negative 4, slope of 1.
You did that so well.
I know.
It's such a straight line.
Oh, it's like a triangle.
Oh, sweet. Okay, so next one is 4 minus x. I'm going up 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Slope of negative 1. Oh, there it is.
This is crazy.
It is crazy. All right, so this point here is 0, -4. This point up here that could be interesting for me is 0, +4. And this point out here that could also be interesting to me is the point what?
4, 0, 4.
4, 0.
4, 0. That's
There we
right.
go. How'd you figure that out? You're so brilliant.
Because, I don't know, they're like the same line. And their slope is 1.
Yeah, you can set those two things equal to one another and you will see that you get that answer of 4. Okay. So there's the section I'm talking about. Now, if I am perpendicular to the x-axis, are my representative rectangles vertical or horizontal?
Vertical.
Yes. Right? Where with respect to x, I'm vertical. So what does that make the side of my shape? Say it were a square that I was going to use, and I'm laying my square down on this. How do I figure out what the side is?
I'm not sure.
Well, it's like the radius between the x-axis and, or just the length between the x-axis and whatever the top part of it is, right?
It's going to be whatever the length of this representative rectangle is.
Okay. Is it going down the x-axis or is that the whole thing?
It's going from top to bottom.
Okay.
Yep, it's going from the top one to the bottom one. This one I'm not revolving, so I don't need a pi involved in these. You'll notice none of them had pies because I'm not
They're not
revolving it.
circles.
It's just right. They're not circles. It's just a volume. Yes.
Covered by your curvature.
Is it? Yes.
Okay. I thought it just went down to the x. Okay.
Okay. So keeps So my side is top minus bottom. Top is, that's my negative sloped guy. He's 4 minus x. Minus my bottom. Bottom is x minus 4. Top minus bottom.
What's the, wait, I can't see.
4 minus x,
What's the, is it equal to 5?
s. S for
S.
side. S for
What do I
side.
see from here?
All right, so then I'm going to say, all right, well, what's my side? 4 minus, minus a negative 4 is 8. And negative x minus x gives me a 2x. So I've got 8 minus 2x. Do you see how I combine like terms there?
So we distribute the negative and
Yep.
combine
Distribute.
like terms?
Yes.
Okay.
Easy stuff.
Now, once you have the side and you know all your area formulas that we've derived, the rest of this is way easy.
Easy peasy.
Lemon squeezy.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Well,
So,
Captain heard that.
so set me up for what's the volume going to look like if I do squares?
I just wait.
I was going to do number 2, but they're all the same
Yeah,
question.
I was about to say square root of 3 of them.
They're all the same question,
So
so
you square it.
so try writing for me what the volume's going to be if you set up your integral. I'm going to do it for all 4 because we're just going to look at this.
And our bounds is 0 to 4.
The bounds are 0 to 4 because they're all along the x-axis. We're revolving it, or we're looking at it perpendicular to the x-axis. Now all I want you to do right now is just set up the integrals. When you're done with the square, try going to the equilateral triangle, right? Remember your formulas. Take out that front sheet if you need to.
Yeah.
I feel like this is like a flashcard type of unit.
It is
where
like a
we would get-
flashcard type unit, exactly right, which is why we spent time on that introduction thing.
Gotta make some flashcards, Miss Renner.
You're good at.
I bought like 300 flashcards as samples when I bought school supplies. Yeah. I should
Right before the AP test, I had to, I didn't want to forget any of the things, and I made like a jumbo flashcard and rewrote everything that
Did
I
you?
thought that I would need to remember on
I made a lot of flashcards.
There's talk
They didn't work, but.
fluttering around the college board folks
it.
that
Sarah is like my
that your tests this year might be online again.
Are you joking
But
me?
I can't make that up, but the content would be, it wouldn't be like the test you took. It would be multiple choice and like the regular test, but it would be done online rather than in class. So
Ew, that's gross.
I don't know. That's
It's
talk.
actually kind of
The word on
funny.
the street. That's the word on the street.
AP got me like, maybe this year's my year.
Well, you can do the.
Now think about how you would set up the semicircle there, Kitty Poos.
Oh, I did that one.
Ooh,
I just
ooh.
kind of did what we did before and put it over.
I put the 1/2 out front.
I would too. I would definitely think about that.
Why am I trying?
Oh, isosceles triangle.
Yeah, go back and look that guy up.
This is when it gets a little iffy. So side is the base.
The side is the base. Yeah, once you have the side figured out, the rest of this is like no big
Oh,
shakes.
Plug in.
Then it's easy. Okay.
Yeah, you're
I
just
understand.
you're using that same side for everything. Now, Abby grabbed her calculator. Which one are you doing there, my love?
Oh wait, did you say just set them up or was that?
Oh, that's okay. I want to talk about the answer.
I
No,
was completing it. Just
no, that's good.
I
What?
know we have to do it anyway, so I was just.
Yeah.
finishing
So
it
which one are you
as I was
doing?
going.
Which one are you doing?
Well, I'm still on these 1, 2, 3, and 4. I hope that's where we're.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Did
I'm
you?
doing? I did 1 and 2, and now I'm on 3.
Okay.
So do you want me to say what I got or no?
All right. So, yeah. Do you all remember how to get these on your calculator? Do you remember how to integrate?
Yeah.
It's been a little while since we have, so that's why I wanted to talk about it.
Write it out because I tell myself it's good practice, and I also forgot.
Okay. Well, then let me show you one more time how to find these. If you go to your home menu,
Isn't it like F something?
Oh,
yeah.
it's F3. Oh, I do. remember.
Oh, okay. So just to jog your memory, you're going to go to the home menu. You're going to hit F3, go down to the second one, number 2, and it sets you up with the little integral sign. And then you're going to put in our case, I'm looking at number 1, 8 minus 2x.
Okay.
Oh, I should square that. Hold on. Let me put it.
That's why I remember when you said we're gonna love these calculators.
Yeah, you don't love it yet?
I
do
do.
love it. Yeah. I do love it now.
Mine has
You do love it now?
Mine has my name on it.
It's fun. Yeah.
Mine doesn't because my calculator.
My AB kids are still at that. I don't love this yet.
Yeah, are we
right.
allowed to use these calculators?
Yes.
in your
I-
SAT?
yes.
'Cause I definitely did.
I would not let you have it if you didn't.
And everyone else was like, "Are you even allowed to use those?" And I was like,
No, you
"I use it
can.
in class every day. I don't
On
see
the-
why not."
Mhm.
The thing is, on the ACT, you can't. You have to do the scientific calculator.
Yes.
But for the ACT, the whole thing is calculator.
Yeah. All right, so you put the
Lots of
function in
ACTs.
squared, comma x, comma 0, comma 4, and you say, "Sir, what is it?" And it says 300 or 256 over 3. Dude, can't you give me the decimal?
Mine says
Yeah, that's what I.
So, if I do the Gatorade button and then,
Gatorade.
yeah, because is that yellow or is that green? I don't know. I call it Gatorade because
Oh, I know
same
what you're
controversy.
talking about.
I like it.
Miss Winter, can I?
It's 85.3 repeating. So either 256 over 3 or 85.3
I don't
repeating.
have a calculator.
Wait, yeah.
Mine said too few arguments.
It did, let me see.
I don't think I did it.
Wait, how did you? Can you just read out what yours says again? Because I don't know why I.
Can you, you probably
I
can't see.
cannot see
I got
it.
lost along the way.
I'm not seeing an issue, Kat.
Did you like forget?
My
a
calculator
parentheses?
found an issue.
What did it
See, this is why I don't do integrals, because they never work. So then it's like, by the time I try to do it, I just do it myself. Take matters into my own hands. What?
Yeah, what is she doing?
She probably went to the bathroom. Kayla, did you get the...
You had an extra
Yeah.
parenthesis in that you didn't need, my dear. Here, you're good, you're fixed.
I'm good?
Yes.
Thank you.
You had an extra parenthesis that was not needed. And my girlfriend Kayla,
Yeah, what does
I
yours
might be
say?
good.
it says, here, it's probably easier for me to see yours. Do you have it plugged in or no?
I did. Oh wait,
It reminded me of you.
maybe I'm.
Is this
I have an 8 actually.
Maybe I'm dumb.
It's just-
I
You're not
definitely-
dumb.
I definitely didn't do something right. Why
It's
did my
just
brain
combining
just turn off? It
your
says,
mindset.
what?
And the
I didn't like set x equal to anything when I did it. Hold up.
What did you do?
I don't know.
FaceTiming me from his iPhone. From middle school.
I forgot to do
Oh,
something.
you said
And from his roommate's
I
iPhone.
don't know.
8 minus 2 x. You don't need the times
Should
there.
I make switch to
Oh,
iPhone?
comma x.
My phone's
Yeah, I forgot to do something.
That's a comma
I need
x.
to get a new phone. My phone keeps glitching out. And also, the
Yeah, but
charging
iPhone
port.
has like bad batteries.
You just forgot the comma
Yeah,
x.
the charging
So
port
after you put the
Oh,
function
I
in,
did.
then it's the x, then it's the 0, then the 4.
Yeah, I forgot the comma x, and then I
It's
just
so
put 0, 4.
All right,
and
kids
then
at home, any issues with finding integrals on the calculator?
I had issues.
All right, I'll say that would be a no. All right, all right. So here's the answers you should get when you put these in. I'm just going to give them to you for the sake of time. Number 2 should be a 36.95. Number 3 should be a 33.51. And the last one should be a 42.667.
Nice.
All right.
She did it.
There you go. Now the only thing that they can do to you is change up what the functions are, right? Otherwise, it's exactly the same thing over and over again, depending on what the shape is that they ask you to use. All right, so let's pick something else. I'm looking really hard. Number 5 looks kind of crazy
Yeah, why does it look like that?
because it can.
You're just finding the area, right?
It looks like.
Yeah, I just started doing that, and then I realized that the equations were not in respect to.
Yeah, they're not. Yeah, so that's going to be an issue. All right, so set up the integral to find the area. Now, they did not ask you to find the volume, my children. They're back to area. They're trying to work your ways
They act
back
like
and
I know
forth
the
and
difference.
front and forward and back and I don't know, all different
It's
directions.
like left and right, but I still don't know.
So you've got a couple things going on here. First thing you've got going on is that you are going to be evaluating it with respect to x. Well, if you're going with respect to x, that means you have vertical representative rectangles, right? All right, so think about this. If I'm going,
Miss Butter, can you pull it down a little bit?
yeah, and also I need to know what, let's talk points of intersection and all that loveliness.
Lori.
Right, you've got some points on here that are going to be important to you. This point over here is at 4, 0. This point up here,
3, 1.
oh, 3, 1.
What, Miss Winter, so like, you know, we can only tell that because there's like a graph.
Correct.
Right.
If you couldn't tell where it is, do you know what you do?
Make it equal to.
Yep, set them equal to one another. Yep,
Oh.
right?
There's definitely a question on the match we checked where we have a graph, and so I did the bound based on the graph, but then I still set it equal to each other to double check, and I got something different.
Did you?
Yeah.
They should be where the two graphs intersect.
I don't know, maybe that was just a me problem.
Yeah, but
It might just be a me problem.
Theoretically, they should be one and the same.
it's so sad with the bullshit board.
I know, I'm so sorry.
No, we can do it. It's fine.
Yeah, I figured I'd have my helpers help me out.
Yeah, no, we got it. I don't know when,
Can't just do it.
Maybe in 2 weeks.
but yeah.
All right.
Marinate.
So, are you okay with the graph? Everybody's happy with the graph? We got the idea? Because I got to now bring up something that's going to blow your mind.
Is it 0, negative?
1 and 0, negative 2.
Okay. Oh, I could have just looked on my own graph. I
There
don't
you
know. I
go.
just really cannot see.
You can move for the sake of, I mean, now that you've got.
Anywhere is gonna help.
I know.
It's okay.
So, if I'm thinking with respect to x, right, they're going to have me do it both ways. But with respect to x, I've got a vertical representative rectangle. So if I make my vertical representative rectangle, I don't know, since it's,
Wherever I want to
But
make
you're
it.
gonna have to split it.
oh, go Miss Abby. Here's what she said to me. She said, you're going to have to split it, because if I go this way, oh, look at it, it did it.
Why is this not working?
Oh, you can see it a little bit.
Yeah, you can see kind of it a little bit. If I go that way, then what's on top is the line, and what's on bottom is the hyperbola. However, if I come over in this neighborhood
It's
and go
just the
vertical,
hyperbola.
I'm like, whoa, Nelly, that's a different thing.
Why have I never
So
heard the word
isn't-
hyperbola
Is that just the
before?
hyperbole?
Hyperbole.
Hyperbole.
So I split it at like.
So you gotta split it where?
At x equals
Like the
At
symbol,
three.
but
At 3, right. The split comes right here.
Oh, Mom.
There's my splitty poo.
Now, do we take like plus or minus the square root of negative x?
Now we don't have to worry about anything.
Because like, if you just do the square root of negative x.
So I gotta take my hyperbola and I gotta solve that guy for the y equals. Because remember, I'm trying to do the x guy. So they have it solved ready for me to do it with respect to y, but not with respect to x. So come back over here. Let's take that y squared, make it equal to x minus 4. Do you know what I mean? I just switched things lefty-righty. And now I'm going to square root it. And this one is plus or minus because you can see you've got the top of the hyperbola and the bottom of the hyperbola. Yeah, your sideways parabola-ish thing, you got plus and minus.
I don't trust sideways parabolas.
Yeah, they're kind of funky, aren't they?
I couldn't say the word. I was like, parabola.
Okay. So here's where I'm going to go. I'm going to take this thing. I have that solved. I'm ready to do the x side with respect to x. You told me, because you're brilliant children,
Oh.
that you need to split this at 3.
Yeah.
So I've got one that's going 0 to 3, and I've got another one that's going to go 3 to 4. I'm actually going to put it below, only because I'm afraid if I'll run out of room if I go any other way. All right, so let's go to the first section. Well, the first section goes from 0 to 3. The top is the line, 2/3 x minus 1, minus the bottom, which is the hyperbola. But what part am I? Oh, it's the bottom. It's a negative part. Go kids. Negative square root of x minus 4.
X minus 1.
Was I 4 minus x or x minus 4? Did anybody catch that? Let me think for a second.
Yeah, no.
Y squared came over here. This guy would be a 4 minus x. These guys are 4 minus x's. My bad. You're supposed to catch me on those things because you're brilliant.
you too much.
You have too much trust.
To be honest.
You could
Okay.
teach me the entirely wrong thing,
And
and
I'd
I
be like,
wouldn't
yes, Miss
second
Williams.
guess it in the second.
That's bad.
You're just very trustworthy. What can I say? Some teachers would teach things and I'd be like, no.
I feel like there's no way that this is the correct thing.
Yeah.
But I put my faith in you. And then it's a deal.
Okay, how come I got the negative is the question. And that's because, see, when I'm looking at this, how it's plus and minus, it's kind of like, it is, a sideways parabola. And you need both parts of that thing to be part of this picture. And if I'm looking at the parabola, this would be the positive part of it, and this would be the negative part of it. So in my terms, it's the negative square, it's actually hitting, the bottom is hitting the negative part of the square root of 4 minus x. Does that make sense?
Yeah. They're awesome.
All right, so then I've got, this is with respect to x. And then I've got to add on the second piece. Now the second piece is the little tippy top of this little thing.
Yeah.
And think about where that tippy top is hitting, the top of the rectangle minus the bottom of the rectangle.
So it's positive.
So it's the positive square root of 4 minus x minus the negative part of the square root of 4 minus x with respect to x.
And then we don't have to evaluate.
Yeah, it just said set it up, and you said, okay, there it is.
I said,
Ms. Fuller, I really hate to do this to you, but can I use the bathroom?
You absolutely
That means
can.
you have to open-
Did you do your thingamabobber?
No, let me do it.
When you do that, and then I'll pull it up.
What?
I'm not really buying
I
it.
have-
There's a whole e-hall pass thing now.
You only took the negative
I
because it's
used
only
it
the
last
bottom
year.
part of it.
Right,
I would never
right.
do that.
And
I'm gonna go
This
to-
guy over here was
I
top
have
minus the
water
bottom.
here.
Yep.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
All right, so the second part of this is now, okay, let's go horizontal on this. Well, let me ask the question. If I go horizontal on this,
Oh wait.
do I need to do 2 portions again?
Well, maybe.
Yeah.
Right?
No. I don't know.
Because the
Yeah.
y-axis is like one of them, and then a little bit at the top, wouldn't it be the line? Or did
It's
I
like-
make that
I
up?
don't think there's too many students in
from.
Too many are out right now?
Yeah, it says maximum capacity at the bathroom is reached.
It'll free up. It'll free up in a minute. Okay. I'm gonna just do a quick picture of this over here so you can see.
Quick match. No, that's a big graph that's on
I'm trying here really
there.
hard.
Like that.
So here's my problem is I need to go horizontal on this, right?
Okay,
It's
go
like-
there and then again at the top.
So where does it split? Like where does the right minus the left change?
Oh, it's at the negative
Zero.
1.
Right, at this place right here, right? So I'm going to give you a second while I fix Abby up here.
Yeah.
See if you can think that through and how that's going to work. Now you're going to have to change your equation for the line into an x equals. So take a minute and see if you think about all those little pieces while I help out my girlfriend Abby.
Oh, you did a 4 minus.
Oh, so did. I don't think I did that right.
Your timer's on.
See, yeah, the last time they never stopped my timer.
I know, I forgot to do that for other
So I
kids
was
too
like,
coming back
I
in.
had 20 minutes and I was like, I'm just going to close the tab and I hope for the best. I think it's kind of weird they time me. I don't really like that. I think I figured it out.
Why am I always confused about the bounds without fail? Every
Okay.
single
Isn't
time.
it 0 to 4 again?
No.
No.
Got to be the y values, right?
But it's not.
Negative 2 to 1.
All right, so.
Am I wrong? Or?
No, I think
No,
you're right.
you've got two
But then it's
sections.
negative 2 to negative 1
And then negative 1 to 0. Or 1.
Yeah.
2, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Ooh.
Yeah, you guys are putting all those pieces together, right?
All up there in my noggin.
It's like a
They're all up there. You just
My
got
big brain is-
you got smartness going on all
Oh,
over
wait,
the
and then
place.
Because the one section touches the axis, isn't that just 0? So you don't actually have to put anything?
Correct. I understood what you said. You're talking my language. All right, so here's the.
Sad in here about the gators.
I know they're all at home in my
It's
basement
making me kind of.
in garbage bags. Poor things.
Why are they in
Oh, they
garbage
throw that out,
bags?
but you just kept that in there for storage.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a bunch of staples.
All right, so there's the picture. You got. If you were to draw your representative rectangles, what's on the right is different than what's on the left. It switches up at -1. So you have two integrals again to be able to represent this area. And the one integral is going from -2 to -1. Remember, you're using the y values. And my rightmost point is your parabola. I mean, actually hyperbola, right? Right minus
What?
left.
Hyperbola.
Yes.
Isn't that like something in
That's all.
English? Hyperbole?
That's an extreme exaggeration, yes.
Yes, that's we're mixing English.
Yeah, I got a little confused for a second.
Now this one they had it solved for me already. That was kind of nice of
It was
them.
kind of, yeah, it was.
Yeah, that was kind of nice. And then
I solved, but I don't know if I did it right.
now the next one's going to be a little bit more challenging. This one goes from -1 to 1.
And then it's just 4 minus y squared minus the ugly equation that you have.
And then it's 4 minus y squared. My girlfriend Kayla here is helping me out. Minus my line, because that's my left. Now you could write this a few different ways. I'd said 3y plus 1 over 2, all over 2.
I did 3/2 y plus 3/2.
Plus 1/2, yeah.
1/2.
Yeah, because, oh no, plus 3/2. Did I write it wrong? No.
Yeah, you didn't write it so that the
What
three
did I
would be
write it?
distributed, right?
I did.
4.5, right?
Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. I added 1 over
I was stressed when I was
and then divided by
The
2.
way that I solved it, I added 1 over and then times
by
five.
3/2.
Thomas would yell at me. Yeah, you multiply it by 3/2, but the whole thing. So the 1 has to get it too, right?
How are you?
I'm going to go. Oh, let me say here. Hang on. Abby's here. Abby's back.
Oh yeah.
And,
Oh, okay, that's what I got.
okay.
Did you curl it or is that just your hair?
Yeah, I totally.
Okay, back to this now. I had, let me not be so silly. Oh, because this is multiplied by 3 too.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
Because the way I wrote
Thank
mine
you.
out is uglier. It's like 3/2 times y plus 1, like in parentheses. So I have
Yeah.
a double
Oh, I did
parenthesis
3
going
halves
on.
y plus.
Wait,
3
actually, I did not do the same.
All right.
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Never.
All right, there it is. So yeah, we went X-ing and we went Y-ing, and we were brilliant both ways.
Miss Runner, do you like teaching for an hour or no?
I don't mind an hour. I think if we went to 90 minutes, I think
Yeah,
I would not be.
Why do I flip this?
Could you see me?
Because I like
I've
that.
had enough.
I like this class being longer because we actually do
Oh my
stuff,
gosh,
but,
Lacey
like,
did that one time in elementary school.
What?
Just one
She got
question.
really
Yeah.
nervous.
Question.
For when area goes to 3 to 4, you subtracted it because if the graph goes both underneath the x-axis and above the x-axis, correct?
I'll do that.
You know what I'm talking about?
Are you back to this guy?
I saw her at her house.
Yeah, right here. You did you did the top minus the bottom because it crosses the x-axis, right?
I did the top minus the bottom because it's if I'm ever going around with respect to X, I'm always doing a vertical rectangle that is top minus bottom.
Like, I guess my question is, why can't we just do plus and minus in the front, do 4 minus x and dx instead of doing top and bottom?
Are you you're doing the 3 to 4 piece, right?
Yeah.
So the 3 to 4 piece is just this little rectangle right in here. So the top hits the positive part and the bottom hits the negative part.
I'll be doing that.
And so that's what this is.
Kind of bold.
Okay.
Okay? All right.
So,
We got like 5-ish minutes.
oh, so annoying. Don't we have 10 minutes?
But you gotta clean.
You got to clean.
Oh, God.
We have 10 or 9. Do you
We're
want to?
putting the maintenance staff at Gateway out of business. We
There you
want
go.
cleaners.
You are. How about?
Wait, Miss Winter.
Yeah,
Sorry, did we do the other part of that? Like we divided it and then. Oh wait.
we
Oh,
did.
Never mind, I got it.
We did that guy.
Yeah, I see.
I just drew the picture down below because I
Okay.
was looking at it the other way.
What we did is 10 different.
I was thinking
than
10 too.
all-
10 was looking at 10 was winking at me.
Oh.
It was winking at Kayla too. All right, number
Matt
10.
was winking at me. What? Matt doesn't like me.
No, alright. No.
All right, here goes. Let's see. The region enclosed by the y-axis, the line y equals 2, and the cube root of x is revolved around the y-axis. Horizontal representative rectangles. Set up the integral used to find the volume of the solid that's generated. Again, this is an area problem. Oh wait, no, it isn't. Let's see. It's revolved around. It's a revolved problem. So they're all.
Right?
Yeah. So yeah, this is 11.3. So now that
Okay.
watch your wording because the last problem we just did was 11.1
Are you gonna
areas.
do that to us on the test?
Yeah. I'm gonna swing you left and swing you right.
All the units.
No,
all
but
the
like,
tests
you know how
together.
sometimes the test is like in order?
Yeah.
So we
No,
know
it
what
could
we're
be
doing?
anything. Just like these questions
I
have
don't
been.
I
like
don't know
that.
what a cube root looks like.
Oh, okay. So we're gonna help you out with that because that's one you should
Isn't
know.
it like a?
It's like an S.
It's like a.
No, but it's a
Kat's
sideways
trying to give me the
one.
hand motion
Like
for what
a-
it looks
Oh,
like.
it's like an extended S.
It's a sideways squiggle. It's exactly like the cube graph, but it goes sideways
Wasn't that
squiggle.
pretty good?
Yeah, you basically-
I kind of got what you meant.
Oh, the spirit.
This class is so smart, guys.
All right, cube root of x graph. All right, and then the line y equals 2.
Is that even Well,
Y equals 2.
I guess we could have graphed my thing a little wider then.
Y equals, I've got to see if I'm still on your screen here.
You're good, Miss Runner. You're chilling.
You should see the people at home. You should see my apparatuses. I've got iPads and monitors and.
She kind of looks like one of those, like, in a movie where, like, the secret agent people have, like, the screens in there.
I was thinking like a mad scientist.
I could be the mad scientist. That would.
Those are the vibes that I'm getting, at least.
Okay, so, and the y-axis, right? Okay, so here we go. It's this little piece in here.
It's
Oh.
tiny.
So
Yeah.
it's made like a little cone.
And it's not holy.
And it's not wholly, right? Because now when I think about, I'm going to revolve this around the y-axis. In other words, it's going to come over this way.
Like that.
Yeah. So I need to know what this point is here and what this point is here. This coordinate obviously is 0, 0. That's my origin. That's fine.
Yes.
Is it A2?
Yeah, but think about it. If y is 2, what's x?
Oh. Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
8, right.
Oh
8,
my
2.
gosh, that's
See, you
so
got
much
that
better.
without even a whole lot of, you just thought that
But
through.
don't you need the? Oh wait, never mind.
So my question for you is first of all, as I set this up, what bounds am I going to use? Am I using 0 to 2 or am I using 0 to 8?
0 to 2.
Very good. I'm using the y's, revolving around the y-axis. All right, so I know my integral is going to involve a 0 to 2 boundary. I'm revolving.
So we need a pi.
We need a pi. Pi can go outside, inside. Pi is just pi. All right, representative rectangle. Horizontal because you're y-ing.
Oh, yeah. You're right.
It hits the curve. Well, unfortunately, my curve is y equals a cube root of x, but I can't use that. I have to have it solved for x.
Y cubed.
Y cubed, my girlfriend tells me, is what x is, and I agree. All right, so let's right minus left it.
It's just
Y cubed
Minus
just-
0.
minus 0.
Y cubed.
However,
It's also squared.
it's also squared. Why is it squared, Abby?
That's just the formula.
It's just it's
It
pi.
really do be like
It's
that.
it's a circle, pi
Oh,
r
right,
squared,
okay.
right? Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is a formula. So pi
Yeah,
r
it's just the
squared.
way it
I
is.
was like, that's just how it
It is just how it is. I can't disagree with that, but it's because you're talking about the area of a circle when you slice that thing. So you've got pi r squared, and do I have to solve it?
No.
Set up the integral. There you go, honey.
I think we're done.
Nice.
Nice.
Wait, they gave us so much room, and I kept space open just.
Did
in
you think
case,
in the-
and now I
Me
have-
too. Now my
You got extra
phone's
space.
squished.
You never
Yeah,
know.
room.
Like back in number 5 that we were doing, I needed to draw an extra picture. I was outside the box. Yeah.
I just have a question.
Yeah, I'm listening.
For like number 6 and through 9, the equation that they give us.
Yeah.
It says it's bounded by the lines. Does that mean like plus or minus once you solve for y? Is that the two like?
Well, here's the story with the picture of this guy right now. It's a circle
Okay.
whose radius is 10.
I'm drawing my water.
Okay.
Because it's
I
like,
like it.
Okay? Yeah, that's the story. With 6 through 9, you've got all that craziness going on. All right, back to, let's look at this, where we started.
I'm so cute.
We did the notes. You're doing the remainder of the problems. Now, we just did a bunch of them, so
Yeah,
there's
so
not that many left for you to
We should
do.
be okay.
I think you should be fine. So by tomorrow night, so that we can go over them when we meet again on
Sorry,
Wednesday.
interruption. Another reminder,
Oh,
please
wow.
wipe down your desk and area before leaving class. Once again, a reminder to please wipe down your desk and area before leaving class. Thank you.
My kids at home, you don't have to clean.
Wait, I thought it was
Just
so
wanted to
funny
see
when the
my order.
announcements was just a Google Doc in advisory today. They were like, "Oh, look at the announcements," and it was just.
That's what I said, the same thing. What is it? Like, was one thing in there.
I was like,
We're
you're
working
joking.
towards a test on Monday, but for now you are doing the Tuesday, by Tuesday, turning in the rest of the 11-4. We'll talk about them on Wednesday when I see you again.
Next period,
All
this one,
right, good to go, kids?
Yeah.
Have a lovely day.
We came all